Yeah, let's talk.
Right, so why are you pro-life?
Hello?
Get up, Prometheus.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Why are you pro-life?
Uh, because God said, "Thou shalt not murder," and we're made in the image of God. That
Tonloc just cut out. Am I correct?
I said because we're made in the image of God, and God said, "Thou shalt not murder." Done.
Okay, what do we define as murder?
Um. With malicious intent, you're taking out a human being that's made in the image of God without His permission to do so.
Okay, so how do you know fetuses in the womb are human beings, right?
Because every clear indication of science says that's the case, sir.
Fuck. I'm actually unsure about like embryology or whatever. So, what is that evidence?
There are a number of different references that clearly indicate that the unborn is a human being. Do you want to know what those are?
No thanks. I'll just grant that for the sake of argument. So, like, why should I care about what God says?
Because that's the only way you're gonna have any value to argue anything whatsoever, including um whatever. Yeah, you're not gonna have a basis to argue anything without the fact that you build it upon the worldview of Christianity. If you try to argue abortion on a non-Christian framework, you're not going to have the preconditions to provide for any basis for why you think women should have rights to do so or anything like that. So, unless you stand on the Christian foundation, you're not going to have a basis to argue rights whatsoever.
What's the justification for that claim?
The justification for that claim is once I do an internal critique of your worldview, it implodes itself. And you're not going to be able to give me the preconditions given your worldview for where rights come from or ensconced at all. So all I have to do is just simply ask you, what do you hold to fundamentally and ultimately to build rights in? And I can show you internally how it doesn't work to substantiate your own system of rights.
Oh, I'm an error theorist. I just don't believe moral rights are capable of existing. Like, I don't believe statements such as like human beings have rights is capable of being true. I think it's always going to be false.
Okay, so if you don't think human beings are capable of having rights, then why are you even here?
Well, because I want you to argue against the position, right? Because you're pro-life,
Well,
and
then,
this is
then,
going to
then
go
you're
against
then
your
you're wasting
arguments.
my time. Then you're wasting my time.
So, Darth, do you admit that you have no response
I'm
to an
not
error theory?
Darth. I'm not Darth, sir.
Well, you argue too much like Darth. So, do you want to admit that you have no argument against error
You
theory
know what? You
pro-choice?
know what? You're wasting my time. Why don't you go somewhere else? Kid?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you're wasting my time.